Being hard on yourself might feel like the way to grow, but science says the opposite is true. In this video, we'll dive into the research-backed benefits of self-compassion and why treating yourself with kindness isn't weakness. It's a powerful tool for resilience, motivation, and real growth. Before we get started, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss content that helps you grow in mindset, life, and confidence. Let's begin right now. 1. Understand the difference. Self-compassion versus self-criticism. Self-compassion means treating yourself with kindness during failure, pain, or difficulty, just like you treat a close friend. Self-criticism, in contrast, involves harsh judgment and internal blame. Many people believe criticism motivates them to do better, but research shows the opposite. Chronic self-criticism increases anxiety, depression, and low self-worth, while self-compassion leads to greater emotional resilience and healthier motivation. Self-compassion is not self-pity or laziness. It's acknowledging flaws with care rather than shame. Instead of "I'm such a failure," it says "I made a mistake, and I can learn from it." When you understand this difference, you shift from tearing yourself down to building yourself up in a sustainable way. 2. The science. How self-compassion affects the brain. Neuroscience reveals that self-compassion activates the caregiving system in the brain, particularly regions like the insula and anterior cingulate cortex, which are linked to emotional regulation and empathy. When we're self-critical, the brain triggers the threat system, releasing cortisol and heightening stress. In contrast, self-compassion releases oxytocin and reduces cortisol, calming the nervous system. This leads to more balanced decision-making and emotional clarity. Researchers like Dr. Kristen Neff and Dr. Paul Gilbert have shown that regular self-compassion practices not only improve mental health, but also restructure brain activity. 3. Self-criticism doesn't improve performance. Many people rely on self-criticism to push themselves, thinking it's necessary for success. But studies have found that it often has the opposite effect. It leads to procrastination, fear of failure, and emotional exhaustion. When you berate yourself, you increase stress, making it harder to concentrate or problem solve. Over time, this can create a fear-based mindset where mistakes feel catastrophic. In contrast, self-compassion creates a safe mental space to learn from failure. It encourages a realistic perspective. I didn't meet the goal, but I'm still capable, and I can try again. This mindset helps you stay motivated without the emotional toll of shame. 4. Self-compassion builds emotional resilience. Emotional resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, and self-compassion is one of its strongest foundations. When life throws unexpected stress, criticism, or failure your way, self-compassion acts like a cushion. Instead of spiraling into negative self-talk, you offer understanding and encouragement. This response doesn't ignore pain. It allows you to face it without feeling overwhelmed or defeated. Studies show that people who are self-compassionate recover faster from emotional blows because they process their emotions more effectively. 5. The role of mindfulness in self-compassion. Mindfulness is one of the 3 core components of self-compassion, alongside self-kindness and common humanity. It involves observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment. This non-reactive awareness helps you recognize when you're being self-critical and gives you the space to choose a more compassionate response. Without mindfulness, it's easy to become fused with harsh inner dialogue, believing it is true. With mindfulness, you can say, "I'm having the thought that I'm a failure," rather than "I am a failure." That small shift creates room for kindness. 6. Common humanity. You are not alone. A key pillar of self-compassion is common humanity, the understanding that suffering and failure are part of being human. When you mess up or feel inadequate, self-criticism makes you feel isolated, as if you're the only one struggling. But everyone goes through hard times. Everyone makes mistakes. Acknowledging this truth fosters connection instead of isolation. It reminds you, "I'm not broken, I'm human." This shift reduces shame and self-judgment, making it easier to be gentle with yourself. Psychologists emphasize that connection is a basic emotional need. 7. Replacing the inner critic with a kinder voice. The inner critic is the harsh, negative voice that constantly judges you. It says things like, "You're not good enough," "You always fail," or "You'll never change." While it may feel like it's pushing you to do better, it usually makes you feel worse and less capable. The solution isn't to silence this voice entirely, it's to soften it. Replace the critic with a compassionate inner guide. Imagine how you'd speak to a child or a friend in distress. What tone would you use? What words would you say? Practice using that same gentle language with yourself. Research shows that changing your inner dialogue leads to greater motivation and self-efficacy. 8. Self-compassion improves relationships. When you treat yourself with compassion, your relationships naturally improve. Why? Because self-compassion reduces the need for approval and makes you less reactive to criticism. People who are kind to themselves are more emotionally stable, empathetic, and open in their relationships. They don't depend on others to validate their worth. They already feel worthy within. This creates healthier boundaries, deeper communication, and more authenticity. Studies have shown that self-compassionate people experience less conflict and are more supportive partners and friends. 9. Daily practices to build self-compassion. Like any skill, self-compassion can be cultivated through daily practice. Start with self-compassion breaks. When something goes wrong, pause and say, "This is hard right now. Others feel this way too. May I be kind to myself in this moment?" You can also journal your thoughts with a compassionate voice. Meditate using self-compassion apps, or write letters to yourself when you're struggling. Another powerful habit is mirror talk, looking at yourself and speaking gently with acceptance. Practicing gratitude also builds a compassionate mindset by shifting focus from what's wrong to what's still good. Commit to 5 to 10 minutes a day. It may feel awkward at first, but consistency turns compassion into a reflex. 10. Self-compassion leads to long-term well-being. The long-term benefits of self-compassion are backed by science. Lower levels of anxiety, depression, and stress. Higher levels of motivation, happiness, and life satisfaction. Unlike self-esteem, which depends on success or comparison with others, self-compassion is unconditional. It's stable because it's not based on external performance. It's based on your commitment to treat yourself kindly no matter what. This internal stability creates lasting mental wellness. Self-compassionate people are more motivated because they don't fear failure. They trust themselves to handle whatever comes. And that's a wrap on why self-compassion isn't just feel-good advice. It's a science-backed strategy for real, lasting growth. Remember, being kind to yourself doesn't mean lowering the bar. It means giving yourself the support you need to rise. If this helped shift how you think about self-talk, give it a thumbs up and share how you're practicing self-compassion in the comments. And if you want more grounded, practical tools for mindset, confidence, and emotional strength, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss an episode. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.